What's up with the YouTube? It's your boy Reggie RT in the place to be, back again with another video. If y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, browse the channel, man, for new videos, share the content. I want to keep the content rolling for y'all, man. So today's video is basically how I got my car, or how much I pay for my car, or should you buy a Dodge Charger RT. Those are really the kind of things, the topic that I'm kind of talking around in this video. Okay, so first thing is how I got the car. So a little history about me and the Chargers. I've been loving Dodge Chargers, man, since I seen Boosie had the 2006 Daytona Charger on 24s way back in the day, probably like 06, 05. He had an orange Daytona. And man, I fell in love with Chargers ever since, like through movies, through TV shows, like in the magazines. I always loved Chargers, like every model of them. And I always said when I got old, I'm gonna get me a Charger. I always said it was my dream car. Yeah, man, so it started probably around a few years ago when I really started getting back into cars, probably like 2 years ago. I told myself, I said, man, you know, I got into a better situation about 1.5 years ago. Things were kind of going pretty good for me, so I said I might as well, you know, jump out there and see what I can do. So I say around early this year, early 2020, I went to Carmax. And keep in mind, I'm coming from a Nissan Altima SR 2017. And I don't know if y'all heard me, but on past videos I said before, every vehicle that I had before this car has been a 4-cylinder car. I never even had a V6 before. So I took that car, I took the Nissan to Carmax, and I wanted to go get it appraised. And if y'all know anything about Carmax, they look at every single detail of your car. So they gonna find something wrong with your car. You may think your car is perfect, it ain't got no flaws. No, when you get that paper back from Carmax, they gonna find something on there. So I got my car appraised. They wanted to give me, it was either $10,000 or $11,000. I can't quite remember. It's $10,000 or $11,000. I believe it's 10. I want to say 10,000. I was like, okay, $10,000. And she was kind of going over the process. I never traded in a car before. Every other car has been like either in my parents' name or a cosign. So, you know, I was looking to pretty much get my my first car in my name, like all the way in my name. So she was going over some things with me, and long story short, with that, I ended up leaving Carmax and just, of course, just leaving with the appraisal, because they say, because no, you can leave Carmax and go get that appraisal and use it anywhere else. So I did that, and so basically I left there. I left Carmax, I say either the same day or a few days later that week. I went to dealership. Really the only dealership that has most Dodges in our area is McHike. I know a lot of y'all probably heard about it, heard of McHike. So I went up to McHike and I was looking for, keep in mind, at this time I didn't know everything about trim levels. I knew what a RT was, I knew what a V6 was, SXT and all that. I knew what a Scatpack Hellcat was, all that, but I didn't have the knowledge of payments and horsepower exactly, and all the knowledge that I have now. Okay, so keep that in mind. So I went to the dealership and I told them that I was looking for a Charger or a Challenger, preferably a Charger. Okay, so they showed me what they had, and they were showing me that, and I made sure I told them I wanted the V8. So they directed me towards, they said they had a RT. So they didn't have many. They maybe had 2 or 3, and they had one that I could test drive, and it was a 2000, I want to say 2017, 18 Charger RT, Challenger RT. It was white, had a sunroof. So I went to test it out. I test drove it, and I was like blown away, you know what I'm saying, because I never had a V8 before, you know what I'm saying. I never even drove a V8 before. So I was just blown away. It was unreal, you know what I'm saying. And So we go back to the dealership, and I pretty much say, hey, I like this car, let me talk over some things, you know what I'm saying, well, you know, see what's going on with my finance and all that, this and that. And so basically I decided not to get it at the time. You know, I wanted to kind of play it safe. I had a few other bills on my hands and stuff, and a few other responsibilities that I had about to come up, so I wanted to kind of play it safe, you know. And of course I wasn't too sure about how it would affect the insurance, and you know, I just didn't have all my finances in order the way that I needed to have them. I needed to have them lined up. I didn't have my finances lined up in a row the way that I needed to, so I pretty much passed on that. So fast forward, I say about what, probably like 4 to 6 months later, fast forward to May. So I pretty much was like, man, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing everybody with Chargers, you know. I'm seeing everybody on Instagram, blah blah blah, and I already want one, you know what I'm saying, at this point anyway. I already done test drove it. So I'm like, man, I said, man, you know what, let me see what I can do. I kind of figured out the financial situation. I looked over some research about the insurance. So I said, okay, let me just see what I can do. So I head back up to McHike, and I meet someone met from a mutual friend. You know, we talking. He looking at the car I'm trading in, and we kind of make a deal. So, how much did I pay for this Charger RT? So it's a 2019 Dodge Charger RT. I paid, the car originally was $28,000. I ended up paying $31,000 or $32,000, and the reason being is I traded in a 2017 Nissan Altima. I had $17,000 left owed on the car. Okay, and then I also put down $4,000 as a down payment for the car. So basically, and they also gave me $10,000 trade-in credit. So basically, if you add that up, that's 17 minus 10, you left with 7,000. I put 4,000 down, and that still leaves you about $3,000 to $3,500 upside down is what they call it. So basically, that left me with $3,000 to $3,500 added on to the original price of what they were going to sell me the car for. So we got all the payment information settled, and at the time my credit score was a 721. And originally, when we was about to do this deal, we had already been going through other multiple deals with a new Charger. They were trying to get me to get a new Charger 2020, and I didn't want to do that, you know, because I had a goal set on what I wanted to pay. So originally they was talking all this stuff about you're gonna be paying over $700 and $750. That's just how it is to get a Charger. And I'd already done my research, and I knew exactly what I could have been paying and what was ridiculous to pay. So y'all have to go into these dealerships knowing what you're talking about and stand your ground, man. So I knew I didn't want to pay over $600 for a Charger RT. Getting into the 700 range, that's Scatpack prices, and that's for decent to okay credit, you know. So back with what I was saying, we once we made a deal on this one, originally they was talking about the payments would be like $650, and I might have been okay with it, but I knew exactly what I could get. So they ran my credit over and over and over until I could get the best deal. And basically I end up going out the door with $590. And then once I signed the paper, it was $580. And just recently I got my interest to drop, so that brought it down to $570 a month. So right now I'm paying $570 a month for a Dodge Charger RT. Not the cheapest, but way better than it could have been. So that's how much I paid for the car. Now, as far as how much do I like the car, I love the car. I love everything about Chargers. I love the steering. I love the way it looked, the speed. But one thing about when you get a Charger, if you start down with the lower trims, you're gonna always want more and more and more and more and more. If you get a V6, you're gonna want the RT. You get an RT, you're gonna want the Scatpack. You get the Scatpack, you're gonna want the Hellcat. You get the Hellcat, you're gonna want the Red Eye. You get the Red Eye, you're gonna want the Dimps. You know what I'm saying? So on and so on. But that's just how it is in the Mopar community, you know, for the most part. But overall, man, I ain't had no problems out the car. You know, I got a lot of stuff planned for it. But yeah, I do want more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to modify this car to get it as quick as a Scat. You know what I'm saying? Because I can do that. Do I want to go get the Scat? Basically, what I'm saying is, man, I don't know what's next. You know, we just have to, you know, keep watching and see, man. Keep watching and see. But man, that's pretty much it for this video, man. I just wanted to kind of give y'all an idea about, you know, how I got the car, what the situation was, and if y'all got any questions, man, y'all think about trading the car or buying another car. You know, I'm not no expert or nothing like that, but I can give you real information from the situation that I was in and maybe help you in the situation that you in. So, you know, if y'all got any questions, you know what I'm saying, you can hit me up on Facebook. A lot of y'all got my Facebook. You can comment down below and we can message. Just let me know. I'm here to help, man, you know. But that's about it for this video, man. Like I said, if y'all like the video, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next one, man. Reg RT.